Have you ever found yourself scrolling through your phone, looking at someone else's life and thinking, they're doing so much better than me? You see the smiles, the achievements, the vacations, the highlights, and somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice whispers, maybe I'm not enough. That's how it begins, the slow, invisible poison called comparison. It doesn't shout. It doesn't crash into your life. It just creeps in, quietly, gently. And before you know it, you start to measure your own worth with someone else's ruler. But here's the truth. You can't compare your chapter 3 with someone else's chapter 20. You can't measure your journey with someone else's destination, because your story is yours alone. Think about it. When you were born, the world celebrated you, not as a copy of someone else, but as an original, unique, unrepeatable, one of a kind. And yet, as we grow, the world slowly teaches us to compare. Grades in school, jobs in our 20s, success in our 30s. We start to chase numbers instead of meaning, followers instead of fulfillment, validation instead of value. We compare our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel, and then we wonder why we feel lost. Let me tell you a story. There were two plants growing side by side. One was a bamboo, tall, majestic, and quick to rise. The other was a fern, small, green, and humble. When the bamboo shot up into the sky, the fern looked up and whispered, "Why do you grow so fast? Why am I still here, so small?" But what the fern didn't know was that the bamboo had spent 5 long years growing underground, building roots, deep, strong, unseen. So when it finally rose, it rose fast because its foundation was ready. That's life. Some people rise early. Some people bloom late. But what truly matters is that you grow at your own pace. Comparison kills joy. It blinds you to what's already beautiful in your life. It makes you forget how far you've come. When you compare, you tell yourself a lie, that you're less just because someone else is more visible. But visibility doesn't mean value, and popularity doesn't mean purpose. You see, success is not about being ahead of others. It's about being aligned with yourself. You don't need to run someone else's race. You need to master your own rhythm. When you stop comparing, you start living. When you stop chasing other people's timelines, you start creating your own. Remember this. Every flower blooms in its own season. The sunflower doesn't envy the rose. The oak tree doesn't rush because the grass grows faster. Your timing is yours. Your journey is designed for you. Some people will find success at 25, others at 45. Some will marry early. Others will find love after years of heartbreak. Some will shine in the spotlight. Others will glow quietly in the background. And both are beautiful. You know what's funny? We compare our lives with people we barely know. We look at their photos and assume their lives are perfect. But every smile hides a struggle. Every success hides a story of sleepless nights. Every confident face has once been broken. So when you compare, you're comparing your real life with someone else's edited version. And that's not fair to them or to you. Let's shift perspective. Instead of comparing, what if you learned from others? Instead of feeling jealous, what if you felt inspired? Instead of saying, "Why not me?" you said, "If they can, I can too." Because comparison, when transformed, becomes motivation. It becomes your fire, not your prison. You don't need to be better than anyone else. You need to be better than who you were yesterday. That's it. That's the game. Not competition, not envy, but progress. Every morning you wake up, you get a new chance to grow, to learn, to improve. If you give your best today, you've already won. Stop comparing your speed. Start respecting your effort. You are not behind. You are just in your own lane. And trust me, your lane has meaning. Let's talk about self-worth. You are not your results. You are not your job title. You are not your likes, your followers, or your salary. You are you. A story in progress. A masterpiece under construction. And every step you take, even the smallest one, is still movement forward. If only you could see yourself from the eyes of the universe, you'd realize how special you already are. Let me tell you something important. There will always be someone better, stronger, smarter, richer, fitter. But that doesn't make you less, because you are not here to compete. You are here to contribute. The world doesn't need another them. It needs you, your ideas, your energy, your kindness, your spark. That's what comparison steals. It steals your voice. It makes you forget what makes you different. So here's what I want you to do. Stop scrolling and start living. Stop doubting and start doing. Stop wishing and start working. Because comparison delays your dreams. You wait, thinking you're not ready yet. You wait, thinking you need to be perfect first. But let me tell you something. Nobody starts perfect. They become great by starting imperfectly. Take that step. Write that page. Sing that song. Open that business. Post that idea. Speak that truth. Not because you're better than others, but because you believe in yourself. The most powerful people in the world are not those who never compare. They're the ones who've learned to rise above it. They've learned to celebrate others without questioning their own worth. They've learned to applaud without feeling smaller. They've learned that another person's light doesn't dim their own. There's enough sky for every bird to fly, enough ocean for every wave to rise, and enough space for your dreams too. Let's talk about your journey. Maybe you're still waiting for your breakthrough. Maybe you've been trying, working, sacrificing, and you see others getting there faster. Listen, your story is still being written. Don't rush the author. Some stories take longer to tell because they're meant to last forever. You are being shaped right now. The struggle you feel today, that's your strength being built. Comparison is the thief of joy, but awareness is the key to freedom. The moment you realize you're comparing, pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I'm on my own path. Use that energy instead. Transform comparison into curiosity. Ask, what can I learn from them? Not, why not me? But how can I grow? That one shift changes everything. Let's rise together now. Say it with me. I am not behind. I am becoming. I am not lost. I am learning. I am not less. I am limitless. Comparison ends where self-awareness begins. When you stop competing with others, you start competing with your potential. You start building your destiny. And trust me, the moment you focus on your growth, the world will notice. Because true success doesn't shout, it shines. So today, stop comparing. Start living. Appreciate the small wins. Celebrate others' success without questioning your own. And remember, the only person you need to impress is the one staring back in the mirror. Your time will come. Your light will shine. And when it does, you'll realize you never needed to compete. You just needed to believe. Comparison is noise. Purpose is music. And your heart already knows the rhythm. So keep walking. Keep growing. Keep believing. Your story is not meant to be compared. It's meant to inspire.